All right, welcome to our third episode of Tea York Politics, where we spill all of the tea on New York politics. My name is Brian Allen, and I'm one of the co-hosts of your segment. I'm one of the co-hosts of this podcast.
And I'm Daquan Chung. I was the digital manager for Maya Wiley's 2021 mayoral campaign. And I was the digital manager for the city council and the speaker of the city council, Adrienne Adams, who just ran for mayor and lost.
We're really gonna go through our entire CVs every time we come on.
Yeah,
the
I think
podcast?
we should do it until the second season.
Oh, that's so annoying. All right. So my name is Brian Allen. I'm one of the co-hosts of
Not
Tea York
the redo.
Politics. And I'm an educational equity consultant. I'm a doctoral student at Teachers College, Columbia University, higher education professional, bad bitch, all around, all the things.
100%.
What type of bad bitch? Wait, what'd you say?
No, I said 100%.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, maybe 85.
Oh, okay.
You're 85% a bad bitch.
You know what? That's the average.
Honestly, in these times, 85% is
Listen, you can't get 100% of anything these days. So.
for real. We're trying to do the podcast regularly, but it's summer, so we were on vacation. I was in Paris and Rome, and I met Brian in Paris. He was traveling Europe with his mom. How was your vacation?
My vacation was beautiful. So we met up in Paris, but I started in Barcelona. I met up with my brother CJ. Shout out to CJ. We had so much fun with the Brazilians in Barcelona. Such a time. And then we jumped over to Athens. No, I'm sorry. We left Barcelona, then we went to Rome. We left Rome, went to Athens, and then from Athens, that's when we met up in Paris for Cowboy Carter concert.
And the entire time you were with your mom?
Yeah, so we stayed together for all four cities. Well, all three cities except for Paris. I stayed with a friend, Jordan, who came along with us. That was the third person who came to the concert.
And this was your mom's first time in Europe?
This was my mom's first time in Europe. It was very interesting. My mom is, she's a lush girl. Like, she just likes, not lush like lush drink, lush as in she likes to be pampered. She likes all of the wonderful things in life. And so, walking wasn't really her thing. Being in the heat wasn't really her thing.
She sounds like Deborah, my mother.
You were telling me a little bit about it, but yeah, overall we had a great time. We saw some really great sights. We ate some amazing food, and yeah.
Certain countries are not for Black moms.
I agree.
Traveling wise, I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast yet, but I used to live in China for 4 years, and so my mom, when I lived in China,
Why did you live in China for 4 years?
I was there teaching.
Oh, okay, nice.
I taught in China for 2 years. I first worked for a nonprofit called World Teach.
Mm-hmm.
If you followed the presidential election last year, the Democratic vice presidential nominee, Tim Walz, he also taught in China.
Okay.
He is an alumni of my program.
Oh, wow.
Called World Teach. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll be the governor of a state and I'll be the vice presidential nominee to be the president. But Tim Walz is an alumni of the World Teach China program. So I did that for a year. The second year I taught at a university. And then the third year I got a scholarship from the Chinese government. So I was a Chinese government scholar. I'm actually a Chinese government spy.
Oh. You sure you want to say that on the podcast?
I do. That's why I said it. But while I was there, my mom came and visited me, and it was the same thing. When she came, it was my first year. I lived in the South in a city called Changsha. For reference, it's about maybe we have fast trains in China. So it's 3.5 hours from Hong Kong on the fast train. It's pretty close. But it's the south of China, so it's very humid. It's very hot. And then also that city at the time was kind of developing. So it was I think the year before we got there, they didn't have a subway system. So they were just got a subway. It was the part of the city that I was in, the year before, because you could only get there by bus, was kind of suburban a little bit. Like people would describe it as rural.
Okay.
So just like Deborah, she did not do well there. Like the heat, first of all, I feel like she felt like I was supposed to chauffeur her around everywhere.
I mean, yeah.
And it just was like, I was like, okay, come on, we get on the bus, we get on the train. And she was like, walking, train, what?
Where's the car?
Then the heat. First of all, I told her not to come because I knew it was going to be an issue in the summer.
You got to insert the bit of Kamala saying, do not come.
Do not come.
Do not come.
I told her not to come because I knew the heat was going to be an issue, but she's stubborn. So she decided to come anyway. And the heat was a problem. And my mom is like a bit heavier.
Okay.
So it's just like that walk in, the heat, it just was too much. It was too much for her.
So I take it y'all didn't go to the wall, the Great Wall?
We did end up in Beijing, but she didn't get there because we went to this thing. It's called Zhangjiajie, and it's basically yeah. Say it again.
Zhangjiajie.
Wrong. Jiangjiajie and
Ni hao.
Ni hao. Ni hao.
Anyway,
Ni
who
hao
the fuck told bitches they was me now? Sorry.
Anyway, we went to Zhangjiajie, and if you saw the movie Avatar, you know the mountain range part where it's like the floating thing.
Yes.
That's based off of Zhangjiajie. So it's like a lot of hiking. So we went there, and it's just a lot of stairs. At the time, I didn't understand it because I was in my mid-20s. So it's just like my knees were still fresh.
You're like, yeah.
Now, she was complaining about her knees, and she was like, why the fuck would you bring me here? Like, my knees hurt. Now, I get it. But back then, in my mid-20s, I did not get it.
Let's go.
But I literally texted her one day. I was like walking up my flight of stairs to my apartment, and my knees were hurting. And I literally texted her, and I was like, yo, I literally understand what you were complaining about at Zhangjiajie. Like, literally, I'm trying to walk up the stairs, and my knees are about to give out. Yeah, but
Well, I'm very excited for a Deborah Laura crossover episode because I think that will be absolutely hilarious.
I was hoping that you was gonna tell me that like earlier that your mom was coming to like Paris because I would have tried to bring my mother, so that they could have hung out together.
Yeah, that would have been sweet. Soon come.
Yeah. So Brian and I did meet up in Paris. We met up for the Cowboy Carter tour. We went to go see Beyoncé. We were at the first night.
Bucket. Whoa.
We were at the first night, which Miley came out at. This was my first time seeing Beyoncé on tour. And then how many times have you been now?
4 or 5. Well,
you saw this tour.
How many times, like,
you've seen
overall,
Beyoncé?
Or how many tours?
How many times have you seen her overall in concert?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, like, she's worth it.
I agree. And because she does do new things at each of the shows, like, I think it's worth, like, going to a new show because you never know what you're going to get. Like,
and this was your, third time seeing the Cowboy Carter tour?
Paris was my third time. I went to LA for my birthday. I went to New Jersey because my friend Fanta got sweet tickets through her job, JFK Foundation. That was super lit. And then Paris was the third. So
I just want to say that seeing Beyoncé in concert at the Cowboy Carter tour in Paris, it changed my life.
Good.
Literally, before the tour, I was 200 pounds. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a man. My acne was bad. My knees were aching.
Okay.
Right after the tour, immediately after the concert, the next day, I weighed 130.
70 pounds just gone. Poof.
Inbox immediately, jobs.
Oh.
Job offers. Got a man at the concert. Next day, knee pain gone.
Sorry. I'm just thinking about Blue Pants at the concert.
Thinking about who?
Blue Pants.
Oh, that guy I was talking to?
Yes.
Okay. That other stuff was a joke, but I literally did pick up a man at the concert.
Sort of, kind of.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. A little bit. I feel like that concert was literally like the gay pickup spot.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like the girls, like the gays were out.
Yeah.
I feel like even all around us, I feel like we had the gay Brazilians behind us.
Right behind us.
Literally
Those was
behind
my
us.
friends.
They were carrying.
They were hype.
They were so...
The people next to us, I think that was a straight couple, but the guy kept talking to me like, oh my God, you're singing like Beyonce.
Oh, you mean the couple next to you?
Yes.
Yeah. And there was a couple next to our friend Jordan. They were married. A couple
across the way that I was talking to.
The gay couple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
But the gays were out. It was like, that was like the prime place to just like pick people up at.
Shout out to that beautiful man in France with the boyfriend from Barcelona.
Where was the boyfriend from?
He was from Spain.
Oh, they both were Spanish.
No. The boyfriend that I was talking to was French.
Oh, he was French.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought he was Spanish.
Mm-hmm. The twink was... the twink was Spanish. And the man was French.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know why I thought one was Brazilian and one was Spanish. Anyway.
Sidebar.
the tour.
We
Beyoncé,
had a time last night.
Literally. Also, just like after the tour, we were just like walking around Paris. I would randomly just be like singing the songs. And I would be with Jordan and Brian. And they would just be like having like random sidebar conversations. And I would be quiet. And I would randomly turn to them. And I would be like, that tour was the greatest night of my life. That was
I think you said that at least 25 times.
Literally, like, it would be so funny because we literally just be walking somewhere. Y'all would be having a random conversation. And I literally would just chime in. I'll be like, that tour was so amazing. Like,
the best night of my life.
Best night of my life.
And
I had so much fun.
The BBB was the worst night of your life.
Oh my gosh. So for reference, there's this queer black party in Paris. It's called BBB. And Brian and I were in Paris last year, and we went to this party. What was it like? Is it on a Sunday?
It's on a Sunday night.
This venue, say the venue has a capacity of 5,000 people. They packed like at least 15,000 people in there. And literally, yes, it was like whatever the capacity of that venue was, it was like times 10 the amount of people were in there.
I would say there were at least 3,000 people in that.
You couldn't move. No, I'm just giving in terms of like ratio of like if the venue was 5,000, they put 10,000 people in there.
Got you.
So it was like, say whatever the ratio was, of like the people you could have in there, the capacity.
Times 3.
They put like at least times 5, times 6 people in there. You couldn't move in there. And then my issue with it is that it's like it was like down in a basement.
Yeah.
So my thing was like, if there's a fire, because there's also people was like smoking in there, and literally just like niggas on top of niggas on top of niggas. And it's just like somebody like knock over a cigarette or something and something catch on fire. I'm just like, didn't seem to be emergency exits out of there.
There was that one exit through the smoke room that you could go out and then go immediately outside.
I didn't see that. There was like a smoke area in the back, but it was, did you see it was caged in? Because I was back there and I was looking. So
if you went out and then you went up the stairs right there, that's where you went outside.
Anyway.
Yeah, I was exploring.
Worst night of my life in Paris. Best night of my life in Paris.
Well, I'm glad we were able to turn that around for you.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Paris was a time. That was a great trip.
Yeah. Also, I met Brian's friend Jordan, who I'm now claiming as my friend. I like Jordan a lot because she has great banter. Like she's really with like the shits. Yeah. I like someone who I can like volley, like and banter with. That just like we can banter and like volley and throw jokes around. Yeah. Like Jordan's actually really, really funny.
No, Jordan's really dope. So I met Jordan when I was in undergrad. She's a year younger than me. So when I was a sophomore, she came in as an incoming freshman or first year student. And that's been my girl like ever since. Like we worked together through summers in undergrad. She would come visit in New York, or we would take trips to LA or San Francisco. Like we just always stayed in touch based by way of our like friend groups. And then more recently she moved to New York, and like it's been so wonderful having her in the city because like she's a good time. Yeah. She's with the shits. Yeah. Like
I enjoy
we literally talk about any and everything. Like she's top tier.
Yeah, we have to hang out. I like her a lot. After Paris, I went to Rome. I want to talk about this for a little bit. I did a 4-hour walking food tour in Rome.
Were they racist to you in Rome?
I say this to people a lot because I like, I lived in Asia. I got to travel around Asia a lot. Mm-hmm. I'll hear people tell me about places that I've been to Asia, and it was just like, I never had problems in there. and it's just like they say they experience racism.
Hmm.
I just want to caveat like I don't look like you.
Yeah.
So it's just like I move differently in places because like a lot of places I go to, even in Asia, like people don't think I'm black. So
Fair.
it's just like
Hmm.
they don't treat me like if I have a hat on. Like one time I was in Thailand and we were taking an overnight train somewhere else,
Yeah.
and the tour guide was coming around and checking tickets, and most of the people on the tour I was with were white.
Hmm.
They were mainly Australian and British. And so we were all sitting together. He checked all their tickets and then he turned to me and he literally started speaking in Thai. And I was like, excuse me, I'm like, what's going on? I'm not Thai. He was like, oh, I thought you were the tour guide.
Oh,
He was
wow.
like, I thought you were Thai.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the Philippines. People thought I was Filipino. One time I was in the Philippines. I was in the 7-Eleven. This man started speaking to me in Arabic.
Mm.
I was like, I don't speak that. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were from where I'm from. I was like, I'm not.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't feel like I experienced any racism in Italy. What was your experience when you were there?
A ton of microaggressions. I think that was the first time in Europe that I've experienced just like annoying, like very subtle, but still like out of the way. And this like very much just like made it clear to me that racism is like intentional and just like inconvenient. So like people make a decision to do racist things because like it's just so like
Yeah. What do you mean by it's
unnatural.
intentional?
It's intentional. Like we went to the Coliseum. It's right outside of a train station, and they sell like ice water, like refreshments. It was like 100 degrees, 102 degrees the day that we went to go see the Coliseum. So the sun is baking. It's hot as fuck. Laura's over it. She's ready to go back to the hotel, and I'm like, we got to see this Coliseum. So I like take her to get some refreshments, and after we buy our water, we still have like some time because they only let you in 15 minutes before your reservation time, no sooner than that, or at least for us they didn't.
Okay.
And so I was like, all right, we're just gonna like sit in the shade outside of this station. I'm sitting on the steps, Laura's sitting and they're standing in the shade, and this old Italian couple, as soon as I sit down, flags down the police and like start pointing at me. And I can tell like they're basically like upset because I'm sitting on the steps outside of the train. And I don't know if they thought I was blocking the way, but they were like at least 20 other people spread out on this like
Oh, there were other people sitting on
there
the
were other
stairs.
people sitting on the stairs, but I was the only black person sitting on the stairs. And so as soon as I sat down, they flagged down the police, and the police like look at me and I look at them and they look at the couple and they're like, they just kind of do the shrug. Like I'm making assumptions based off of the conversation, but it looked like they were saying like, what do you want us to do? Like there are other people sitting there. Like it's a public space. Like y'all don't control this space. So yeah, it was weird. Then there was another situation.
You should have slapped them.
Oh, I had my glasses on and like I just kept giving them death glares.
You know what the issue sometimes would it be when it's hot?
Hmm.
You don't have the energy to be like want to fight people.
I was definitely gonna slap the shit out of that old couple that day because I'm in a whole different country and you trying to get the police on me. Like
Because
that's a lot.
the day I went to the Coliseum, it also was like 105 degrees. I was over that shit. I just didn't have like had that happened to me, I wouldn't have even had the energy to be like.
And I don't speak Italian. Like it's different when you like speak the language, so you can really like get with somebody or cuss them out in your language.
You should have just been like, "Mamma mia, fuck you, fuck you."
No, yeah, that was insane. So yeah, they were racist in Rome.
Oh, the thing I wanted to talk about in Rome was I did a 4-hour. Also, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Oh, thanks. That's white people.
Literally. I did a 4-hour walking food tour, and it started in this part of Rome that used to be a Jewish ghetto.
Okay.
And so basically our tour guide was telling us that before Hitler and Nazi Germany, that there was like a really large Jewish population that was living in that part of Rome. And then the Nazis came in during World War II and took all the Jewish people out of Rome in Italy and then sent them to concentration camps.
Oh, wow.
And about only like, I think he said like only like 15 or 20 Jewish people had came back. And he was telling us one of the women who happened to come back, she's now a politician in Italy, and she's like 95 years old. She's still like serving in their parliament. And I also thought it was interesting. He also mentioned that she's like staunchly opposed to the genocide that's happening in Gaza.
Hmm.
Um, but it's so crazy to me. Like Hitler was such a fucking evil bastard. And I think like we learn about the Holocaust in school, but I just don't like maybe Europeans have a different understanding of it because
Hmm.
it really happened in Europe. But I feel like as Americans, like as an American, I don't understand the full
Scope
scope
and
of it.
yeah,
And it's just like, you know about Germany, you know about Poland, they occupy
Austria.
France, but
Yeah,
it's like I had no idea that like there was a robust Jewish population like living in Rome, and that the Nazis had came in and literally like took them out and murdered them.
yeah.
I just thought that was like really really crazy.
Which is why I have such a hard time understanding why many Jewish folks, I'm being PC here, many Jewish folks or Zionists aren't able to understand the parallels between the Holocaust and the current Palestinian genocide. Like that cognitive dissonance just like really, really baffles me because like y'all are literally replicating the harm that majority of your ancestors like experienced. Like your entire population was almost wiped off the face of the earth, and y'all were fortunate enough to be able to migrate or seek refuge in other places, have a state literally built out of other people's land for your community. um and yeah, I don't know, that just it's really concerning how far things have taken a turn.
Yeah. And I think for me, I've recently become obsessed with the Holocaust. Like I've been
Mm,
like just reading a lot about it, watching like movies and stuff. I recently watched A Pianist. That was really good.
mhm.
Not The Pianist, The Pianist with Adrian Brody who won an Oscar for that.
Okay.
And I'm also more so just like I just see the parallels of like what's happening here in America,
Yeah.
which is why I think I've become a little bit like obsessed with the Holocaust because it's just like the parallels are just so the same, striking,
Yeah.
like similar. I think the warning signs are all there. I think about like the concentration camp, Alligator,
Oh,
Alcatraz
God.
that they
Yeah.
literally just built in Florida.
They're like, when are they
It's
putting incinerators
it's
there? Like,
literally a concentration camp. I was reading an article in the Gothamist um on our way over here, and it's talking about how the immigrants who are being detained in New York City,
mhm,
how badly they're being mistreated.
yeah.
And so yeah, it's really scary.
And I also, just to piggyback off of your point, like, want to make very clear that this isn't just like a Latino Hispanic community issue. Like Haitians were approached by ICE in Brooklyn, and we're only but a few moments away from them just picking up random black folks off of the street and detaining them and putting them in these camps because like at this point everything is unconstitutional and it doesn't matter, so they're literally doing whatever they feel like, and it's irrespective of your citizenship, of your documentation status. It's at the free will of the folks who are holding these real or fake ICE badges.
Yeah, I think I tell everybody I'm just like also what also baffles me is particularly black people.
Mhm,
They don't seem to be paying attention. Like I talk to I have family that my mom's my mom is born and raised in Harlem,
mhm.
but my mom's family is from South Carolina. I have family in South Carolina and North Carolina. I talk to my family down there. They're just not paying attention.
Yeah,
And I just seem like I get we're in this political landscape where it's just like people are exhausted and they're frustrated and they're tired. But there's a lot of shit going on, and I just feel like y'all need to be a little bit tapped into what's happening because I keep telling people I was like, you need to have an exit plan to get out of here in the middle of the night.
get ready to leave because it's going to get bad.
Literally, I'm just like, and then there are some people I talk to. I'm just like, what's your exit plan? Like our executive producer Henry, like he's trying to go to Colombia. Like,
Mhm.
do you have a plan to?
Oh, boots. I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm just kidding. So me and Miss Laura, we're trying to get out of here within the next like 6 to 9 months, like dead ass. So right now I'm thinking Berlin, just because Germany gives folks up to a year to find employment before they start asking for like visa documentation, those kinds of things. But then also Spain has a digital nomad visa where if you have a remote job not based in Spain, you can get a year visa, and then it's renewable every year up to 5 years, where then you can gain citizenship or citizenship as a Spanish citizen.
My plan, if I have to escape in the middle of the night, is
Oh, you're talking about like
I'm talking about
Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, I'll talk about in the middle of the night, like they shut down elections, just like they rolling out the tanks in the streets. I'm gonna crawl across the Canadian border because in my imagination, the Canadians are gonna shut the border down because I feel like there's gonna try to be a mass. Thus, people who are smart are gonna like that would be your smartest bet is like Canada, Mexico.
Yeah. I mean, those are your only two options.
Literally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crawl across the Canadian border.
Why crawl?
Okay, I'm going to walk. You're right. Crawling seems a bit much.
So dramatic.
Yeah. I'm going to walk across the Canadian border. Like, I'm going to sneak over there. I have family. My aunt is in Canada, in Ontario.
Okay.
So I'm going to go over there, and then I'm going to get a plane. I'm going to get a ticket and fly to Taiwan.
Okay.
And so Taiwan is a Mandarin speaking country. So I speak Mandarin. My thing about, I really want to move to Europe. Like, I really want to live in Paris at least for a year, regardless of the situation happening here.
Do you speak French?
But I don't speak French. That's the issue. So I'm just like, Taiwan's my best bet. Like, I speak Mandarin. I can go there. I could probably find a job, find some work.
Yeah.
And then you only have to be there 5 years to get a permanent residency. So then I could just like, if I need to stay there, I could just like become Taiwanese.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, I think that's the best bet for anybody. I mean, as soon as they start discussing like martial law, I think that's the time to like really start like grabbing your essentials, that passport. If you don't have a passport, please get one immediately before they stop issuing them, because you do not want to be stuck here when shit hits the fan.
I'm just trying to decide. Mine expires in 2027. So I'm just like,
oh, no, you need to renew that.
Renew it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think most countries require it to be valid for at least like 5 years.
Okay, I'm gonna renew my passport this week. That's so crazy.
You know, I need to renew mine too, because when I was traveling this last trip, the lady at the clear station told me that my passport paper was old.
I remember. I remember you told me that.
I was having such issues. So
this is random, but I'm going back to Rome. When I was in Italy, I was on Tinder and I was just swiping, and I realized that all the Italian niggas, they have the same 12 names.
Italian niggas. Make that make sense.
All the Wait, hold on 1 second. Cause they do have niggas in in Italy that are Italian. So but the Italian men, they all got the same 12 names.
What are they?
And so when I was sitting in a cafe one day, I had wrote a list in my phone.
Let's hear it.
And so these are, hold on, I gotta find it. Okay, these are the 12 most it's like every other 5 names that you swipe on Tinder, a man has this name.
Okay.
Also, I feel like if you're gay and you're Italian and you live in Italy and you're dating another Italian man,
you're gonna have
the same odds are is y'all gonna have the same name.
Wow.
Okay, this is the top 12 that I wrote down. Francesco.
Okay.
Marcelo. Matteo. I knew a Matteo. He was my classmate in China.
I know a Matteo. He's Asian.
He's not Italian?
No.
Luca.
Okay.
I feel like this is number 3 of all the names.
Luca was number 3?
Yeah, I feel
Luca's
like
popular.
Also, they had that movie. Remember that Disney movie, Luca? Gianni Luca.
Gianni makes sense.
I feel like Gianni Luca, I feel like someone was like, okay, there's too many Lucas. We got to put something in front of it.
That's the hood version.
Yeah. And they were like, oh, we're going to do Gianni Luca. Leonardo. Leonardo is definitely number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Leonardo da Vinci, like Lorenzo.
I think that's up there too.
Yeah, I feel like that's 4. Giovanni. Giuseppe,
yeah.
Marco. Marco's number 2.
Marco's
number 2.
Marco.
Yeah. Andrea, or is it Andrea?
Mm.
Andrea, and then Alessandro.
Mm.
I like all of these names, but I just like I can't imagine being like, would you date someone that has the same name as you?
I mean,
I feel like it's weird.
it's not the worst thing in the world. Like,
I mean, if y'all like each other and it's working, it doesn't matter.
Sure.
Yeah. Also, the Italian niggas, they don't have no choice because they all got the same 12 name.
exactly. Like,
Also, this is what I realized being in Europe
mhm.
is that I like
Spanish
McDonald's.
men have the face cards.
No. What?
The face cards of Europe.
No, you're right. The Spanish men are the face card. Also, Italians. I haven't been everywhere in Europe, so I can't give a definitive like. But the Italians are up there too.
They're up there.
But I would say Spain is like. I want to see what the Portugal is giving.
I hear nice things.
Yeah. No, but what I realized being in Europe is that I like McDonald's.
Okay. We went to. Well, I know we went once together. Did you go other times in Paris?
Yeah, I did.
I did too.
And I also went in Italy, and we have McDonald's in China. I didn't eat there a lot, so I never realized this.
Mhm.
But I think McDonald's honestly should be ashamed of themselves
Here?
because
It's
McDonald's
disgusting.
is founded in America, and we have literally the worst fucking quality of McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like our McDonald's is fucking disgusting. And I think but like stuff that we allow in our food here is literally banned in Europe. So like when you're eating a McChicken in France, you're like, oh wow, this is what real chicken
This is
tastes like.
chicken breast. This is white meat.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. No, me and Laura had the same conversation because one, they don't serve ice in their drinks
And McDonald's?
in any fast food restaurant in
Mm.
Europe, really. Like, they just don't do ice. And I was like, that tracks because it's very unsanitary. So it makes sense that the US wouldn't give a fuck and would still give us ice. Two, we went to KFC in Paris. Their KFCs do not have mashed potatoes. And I feel like mashed potatoes are like a big seller at KFC here in the States. So I'm like, what's up with that? That's suspect. And then ice, no mashed potatoes.
Everywhere is different. Like the different countries, they fix the fast food to their palate.
Yeah.
Because I've eaten at KFC in China, but I don't remember if they have mashed potatoes. But I'm gonna guess that they don't, because that's not like. I feel like that's not something that the Chinese palate.
I think there's something in the mashed potatoes here. So
Yeah, but and then also just like we were talking about this on our way over here, but just because the quality of food there is better, like I have like gut issues, and literally being in Europe,
I've been struggling this whole segment.
like that 2 weeks, my gut issues literally were gone.
You were gone for 2 weeks. I was gone for almost an entire month. I left June 8th. I was back in New York for 3 days, and then I left for Germany. And the food was amazing. Like, I had no stomach issues while I was out there, like, except for the time that I accidentally ate pork in Spain.
Mm.
That wasn't an accident, but yeah. And I felt like I was dying then. But yeah, since I've been back, like the 4 days that I've been back in New York City, I have been struggling.
I want to start a petition to McDonald's because I know y'all own all the supply chains that y'all use all around the world. Like, y'all need to make our fucking quality of McDonald's in America better. Just like bring the fucking real chickens over from Mexico or Canada. Fly the fucking bread in from France. Like, do whatever the fuck y'all gotta do. Because the McDonald's here is literally poisonous. And y'all have like actual good quality food in McDonald's in almost every other country except for America. And literally McDonald's was founded here. I think it's a disgrace. McDonald's, y'all should be fucking ashamed of yourselves.
Okay, we gotta change the subject from food because it's making my stomach hurt. Like,
maybe this is a political podcast. Maybe we should talk about politics. Okay,
Yo.
so the Democrats have a Democratic nominee for mayor. Zohran Mamdani has won the Democratic nomination
Yes.
for mayor, and
my man.
he will probably be most likely the next mayor in New York City. Did you get a chance to vote?
Look over there. No, so I was really pissed off when it came to voting day for the primary. And as I've mentioned before, although I am a co-host of a New York politics podcast, I am not the most adept to New York City politics. And so I learned that morning that New York City operates through a closed primary.
Yes.
Which means that unless you are a registered member of that candidate's party, you are not allowed or able to vote for said candidate in that election. So I woke up one bright early morning on election day and went over to my polling place, which is right around the corner for me. And upon arrival, they checked me in. They told me where I had to go, what lady to talk to get my ballot. She takes my name, my address. She's like, "Oh, you can't vote." I was like, "Huh?" Felt like I was like in the 1930s, like voter suppression, like showing up, and they're like, "Read this or you can't." And I'm like, "What do you mean I can't vote?" She's like, "You're registered as an independent. Therefore, your vote, even if you did vote," she was like, "I can give you an affidavit and you can submit a ballot through affidavit, but it's still not going to count."
Yeah. Basically, if you're not a registered Democrat, you can't vote in a Democratic primary. If you're not a registered Republican, you can't vote in a Republican primary. And I think most states are, except for during the presidential election cycle, have closed primaries. Some states during the presidential election do have open primaries, but mostly they're closed. So yeah, I think.
So yeah, I did not get to vote. It felt so stupid to me. And I was telling everybody and their mama to vote for Zohran. And
I'm happy for Zohran. Zohran wasn't my number one.
No, it was the other guy.
It was the speaker who I used to work for.
Ew.
My thing with the mayor's election is that it is I think a lot of people don't think about this, but it's a management job.
Mhm.
And so she's literally the city council speaker. She's the other person right now who's basically running the city with the mayor.
Mhm.
And so she's negotiated. They just finished their fourth budget, so she's, she was 3 budgets in, now she's 4 budgets. Our city has over $100 billion something budget. I think there's like 5 or 6 states in the country that have a larger budget states than New York City.
Mhm.
This job is a big deal. It's a huge management job. I just felt like Zohran just wasn't tested enough. I think as an assembly member, you're like one of like 100 something assembly members. This is a management job. I feel like I feel like there were other people, even Brad Lander, the comptroller.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, the speaker. I just feel like they're a little bit more qualified to do this. But I'm happy that he won. I think he's just a breath of fresh air that I think the Democratic Party needs, which is why I'm just so baffled by a lot of the senior leaders of the party, particularly Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries has not endorsed him yet. Gillibrand had also made some comments about some stuff that he said about jihads. And I'm just like, there just seems to be, in terms of the establishment Democrats, sort of just like this reluctancy to sort of support him, which baffles me because he's really just not even really a political threat, I think, to people. I think if you think about it, it was like he wasn't born here, so he can't be the president.
Yeah.
So it's really like the highest he can ascend to is a governor.
Yeah.
I'm just like, he's 33 years old. He's young. He's really handsome. He's really well spoken. I just think he's
a great public speaker.
Yeah, I think he's just a great face for the Democratic Party in a time where when people talk about the kind of leaders that they want, he seems to check a lot of those boxes. And it's just like, also, it's just the mayor of New York City. I'm like
that's what
I get that we're the largest city in the country, but it's just like, y'all act like the man is about to become the fucking president of the United States. Like, he's just gonna be the mayor of a city. Just like, all y'all have to do is literally just endorse him. If he fails as the mayor, he fails. But it's just like, he won 12 by 12 points.
Yeah.
So it's just like, he has an overwhelming sort of mandate from the people, and who knows how much he's going to win the general election by.
I think just given his slogan and what he's running on is power to the people, or like the people's power.
Yeah.
Like if the people want him, like that's what we want. So
Yeah. And I think he ran on basically the issue that everyone really cares about, which is like affordability.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just
way too
learned,
expensive to be here.
yeah, I just learned today that one of my friends left.
Oh, really?
Yeah, New York City. And I was like, damn, bitch. I was like, you left and you didn't tell me you moved. And he was like, yeah, he was like, I'm too beautiful to be like living poorly in New York. And it's just like, and it sucks because that's just like a situation for a lot of people.
Also, what I'm noticing is that there are a lot of successful, popular influencers flocking to New York City. So wherever they started, wherever they've been camming up, recording, whatever, I'm now seeing them like, oh, this is my first week in New York. Whereas there have been folks who have been here for a decade plus, and they're like, I can't do this anymore. So
because now they got that influencer money, so now they can afford to live here. Because you could really only afford to live here if you got them big dollars.
Moral of the story: start that OnlyFans today.
It's not just the, I mean...
it's not just the OnlyFans.
I was going to say, is it the OnlyFans?
No, it's not just the OnlyFans.
It'd be like the TikTokers and the YouTubers.
The TikTokers and the Instagram, like...
Yeah, and the YouTubers. Yeah, there's money in that. I don't know. It's just...
I'm glad that he won. I'm excited to see, or interested to see, curious to see. Kind of don't want to see how this election is going to turn out with Eric Adams.
Oh, the election is done. Zohran is going to win.
You think so?
100%. I mean, I also called him winning the primary.
I hope so.
It's just, I think
the girls are scrambling. Eric Adams is scrambling.
I think, don't quote me on this, but I feel like the Democratic voter registration is like 8-1 Republican in the city. So it's just like the Democratic nominee usually, even if it's a bad nominee, is like...
Also, sidebar, if you live in the Upper East Side or the Upper West Side, what the fuck were y'all thinking?
What happened?
They were the largest neighborhoods that voted, like had turnout voting for Cuomo.
That makes sense. Upper East Side, Upper West. That's where the rich people live at?
Yeah.
That tracks. They don't... All those rich people care about is their pockets. They don't even care if they voting for a serial sexual predator / sexual offender. And look at our president. Our president is a convicted felon rapist. And I mean, a lot of the rich people also probably held their noses and voted for him too, but it was a lot of the poor dummies as well.
There were. The Bronx. So
you said the Bronx? No.
I'm sorry. But y'all also were on that list of voting for Cuomo. I'm sorry, but y'all niggas in the Bronx, get it together.
Wait, really quick, because we're running out of time. I got to tell this story. When I was working on Maya Wiley's campaign, we were canvassing in the Bronx, and I was like talking to voters. I asked this guy to vote, and he tried to fight me because I asked him to vote. I literally was like, get me the fuck out of the Bronx right now. I was like, I'm trying to canvass voters and they trying to fight people for asking them to vote over here. I was like, this is insane.
It's real interesting up there. It's real interesting up there.
So the Republicans passed a bill that's basically gonna strip people of Medicaid and food assistance and a whole bunch of other stuff. I just want to talk about it real quick. Yeah. Basically, there was an article in The Gothamist, and it's estimating that about 1.5 million New Yorkers will lose their health insurance as a result of this bill. First of all, my grandmother's on Medicaid. My grandmother's literally scared that she's going to lose her Medicaid.
Yeah, so is mine.
The Medicaid stuff in the bill doesn't go into effect until after the midterms in 2026.
Okay.
So there is going to be some time until some of this stuff sort of starts to affect people. But I literally I honestly just don't know what to say anymore about this. I think this is on the voters. Like, this is what you guys voted for, and I think it sucks. Like, I just said, like, it's probably going to affect my grandmother. My grandmother definitely did not vote for Trump.
Yeah.
I think it sucks for the people who like understood the stakes of the election, but it's like
still being affected.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I really just like, I'm covering it because like it affects New Yorkers.
It
And
just really sucks because as much as you want to put it on the voters to be like, y'all voted for this, I'm like, everything everything that he's doing was in that Project 2025 document.
yeah, they told
And
us.
it's like playbook, like play by play, like it is happening exactly how they outlined it. And so I just, to your point, it's very difficult for me to engage with people who are apologists, Trump supporters or voters, and are now coming to see the light because they've been personally affected, when the whole reason that they voted for him was because they thought that they would not be affected.
Yeah. The people who are boo-hooing on the internet now because you're being affected, honestly, like, I have no fucking sympathy for you.
Hmm.
And it's just like,
Have you
I,
seen that segment on T.S. Madison's podcast when she was like, "There's this woman's crying because her dad's getting deported and he has like medical issues and he's probably going to die
I
in the
might
death
have.
camp." And T.S. Madison was like, "Sweetie, I'm sorry, but that bitch gonna die in that camp." I said, "Oh my God."
Literally just like, it's hard for me to have sympathy for you because
Yeah.
it's just like, you kind of chose this. I have the sympathy for the people who voted the right way. And it's
Yeah.
just like, now they're about to lose their healthcare, potentially could die.
Yeah, my grandmother is on dialysis
Hmm.
and she receives care through
Medicaid.
And we're currently just like, what is that going to look like if they reduce like the support that she's able to get, or the services and care that she's able to be provided
Yeah.
because of these cuts? Like, it's actually kind of scary.
1.5 million New Yorkers is losing their health insurance is fucking insane.
But shout out to tax cuts to the rich.
Shout out to the tax cuts.
We got to start eating the rich, y'all. Like, they really need to be afraid to like leave their houses.
Yeah. I I agree. Okay, we are running out of time. This is the last thing I want to talk about.
Is this stuff I seen?
No. I'm doing the last Zohran thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, this will be a little Zohran episode.
Okay.
He deserves it. But basically the New York Times is writing all these hit pieces against Zohran. It seems like the establishment is really trying to like come together to like take him out, which is from the rich side of it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. But they published this story. This was supposed to be like their hard-hitting news article that they're trying to take him down. He applied to Columbia University and he filled out his college application. On the race part, he checked that he was Asian and African American. And so I guess like the story kind of didn't go anywhere. It went a little weird on the internet. Like, people were talking about it. I think the most conversation is like started to be about like race and identity. But they're trying.
His story is a little complex.
Yeah,
Like,
but he also said he was. I think about when I was applying to college. Basically, I think he was like a year right before me because he's a year older than I am. So it basically was around the same time. This was also a little bit, I think, before it was even common to be able to check 2 or more races.
Oh yeah, it was like, this is your one option.
Yeah. And so I'm Black and Chinese, and so I remember also being confused about my issue when I was going to college. I'm trying to remember. I think it was that my last name is Chung, and so I was just wanted to just put African American, but I just like the last name is very much so like a Chinese last name, and I didn't want them to be like, oh, we're throwing this person's application in the garbage because they're fucking lying about their race. But yeah, I think he also was like, he's born in Uganda, so he's African, but he's Muslim. Yeah, he's Indian, he's Muslim, Arabic, so he is also Asian. So he did say he was like basically confused about
His identity.
Not his identity, but in terms of like he wanted to fully express like,
you're talking about for the application.
Yeah, for the
okay.
application specifically, because it is a weird thing. I remember when I was applying to college, I was like kind of confused about also, and this was a different time. This is almost what 15-ish years ago. Yeah. And I just remember like at that time we just started to get like you can check 2 or more boxes. Like, I literally have a medical document. I think it's so funny from when I was a baby. I think maybe my father must have took me. It's my vaccination card,
Mhm.
but it literally is checked off Asian.
Mm.
So I think maybe like my father must have took me to the doctor, and then it was just like.
Oh wow.
So it just like that was a different time, you
Were
know.
you an Asian looking baby?
When I was born, I looked literally just Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
one thing I want to point out with Zohran and like the like you were saying, the establishment trying to take him out or down or just paint him in a bad light. You saw Trump's comments around demonstrating executive powers over certain places?
what he said.
He basically was saying like if Zohran is elected mayor of New York City, like the White House has the power or like the right people to enact powers at will to take over the city, basically, is what he was saying.
Fuck Trump.
No, deadass.
Like, fuck. I honestly just like, fuck him. He always just be saying, I don't know how true that is. Just like,
I don't think, I mean, what is possible these days or impossible or
Yeah.
unconstitutional. So we'll see. But those were things that came from his desk within the last couple of days.
did you, I'm not gonna do my, dumbest thing I seen on the internet, but
That kind of was the dumbest thing I saw on the internet. Trump talking. Well, I think Trump is the dumbest thing on the internet right now.
Trump is just dumb.
I think it's just Trump. Like Trump is dumb. But I did see that he was in a meeting with, I believe, the president or an official from Liberia, and when they were engaging in discourse, he basically commented the African man on his English, and the country that the man is from is its national language is English.
It's a native speaking English country.
A native English speaking country.
Yeah, it was the president of Liberia.
President or prime minister? I think president.
This man is just.
He literally was like, "Oh, where are you educated? Where did you go to school? You speak really good English." And the guy's just like, Liberia.
He should have came back and said, "But your English fucking sucks. Yo, fucking dummy."
Well, I don't know. There's a lot. He's a good guy.
He should have been like, "I'm surprised you understand my English because your English is so bad."
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump
idiot.
is a fucking idiot. Okay, well, I think we're just about out of time. I just want to say, shout out to Beyonce. Literally, Cowboy Carter tour gave me like one of the best nights of my life. Just like
it's renewal.
a highlight of my life. Just like I had so much fun. I feel like I was dancing like
we did not stop dancing
entire time.
Didn't I sound so good singing Yaya?
I don't remember, but I wanna say my answer to that is no. And I don't like that you experienced racism in Italy. But I did enjoy my time in Rome. Shout out to all the Italian boys dating other Italian boys with the same name as them. Also, if you enjoy our podcast, please like and subscribe to our podcast on the podcast platforms and on YouTube. We need the subscribers.
We're trying to get this money.
Yeah, we need the influencer money so that we can stay in New York City.
Or leave this godforsaken country.
That too, because we did talk about our exit plans. Yeah, so that's been our episode. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our podcast.
Comment,
share.
like, share.
Yeah, do all the things so that we could get this little coin.
Gracias. Ciao.